Coming up on this week's episode of Aftershock,
Kim tells us about a local art fest.
Issa gives tips on thrifting.
And Alessia asks people to create art in a new way. What's up, Cypress Bay? I'm Alex Lamb.
And I'm Nicole Borman, and Aftershock starts now.
Here in South Florida, there's a melting pot of different cultures, traditions, and races.
However, the equal news coverage for individuals has been an injustice throughout the years.
Michael covered an event that covered this issue.
But they continue to walk.
Dozens of Florida citizens have gathered before Lauderhill City Hall in protest.
That we could stand together and raise an awareness and raise our voice collectively.
In protest of what is nothing short of an injustice.
We're saying that we want all people to be recognized as a missing person.
People of color make up only 13% of the population, yet make up 35% of all missing person reports. Unfortunately, a lot of the time, missing people of color are just labeled as runaways, which means they don't get an Amber Alert, they don't get a lot of media attention, and they definitely don't get as much law enforcement engagement as they should.
People think equity and equality is the same thing, and it's not. And so there are so many times where white women get so much media attention, response, and a call to action when they are missing. And Black, brown, and indigenous people, humans, they don't get that same respect.
Which is why everyone here at this Sound the Alarm event in Broward County are ready to make their call to action.
We're sounding the alarm. We're sounding the alarm for change.
We're doing the building of change. We are the change makers right now. And so I'm very grateful even for like every entity of what this event was about.
Giving a platform not only to survivors, but to anyone affected by this crime is what Jamaro Johnson hoped to do while organizing the event.
The purpose and the goal is to provoke conversation and raise awareness about the lack of media attention, respect, response, and call to action that Black, brown, and indigenous humans get when they go missing.
Events like this make a difference because it brings awareness, and a lot of times that is the most difficult thing, is bringing awareness to very important topics that make that safety net for all of our children as we look at our communities going forward.
We know how to solve the issue, we just need our voices to be heard.
She, along with all the speakers, hope to spread awareness and help those struggling with these issues.
Until we really address what people call modern day slavery, like why did these people not matter based on their race? It's just so many things that intertwines with trafficking that we are change makers, but we're gonna have to go and get the policies and put it on paper to support our movements and what we're really doing.
Michael Orlando.
Not just interconnected, but exactly the same crisis.
CB-TV.
Did you know that a single cotton t-shirt takes approximately 3,000 liters of water to produce? Now that issues regarding wasteful production practices are being brought to light, many people are choosing a cheaper, more environmentally friendly alternative: thrifting. Despite its undeniable benefits though, there is one massive con to buying secondhand clothing. Without any direction, thrifting can be quite the daunting task, which is why today I'm going to be showing you some tips and tricks on how to have your first successful thrifting trip. Tip number 1. Research locations. Not all thrift stores are created equally, so make sure you scout for stores that will maximize your success. It's usually best to visit stores that your friends recommend or locations with good reviews. Tip number 2. Keep an open mind. Because there are so many different styles and sizes available, there's always the possibility that you'll come home empty-handed. Be patient and don't be afraid to try something new. Sometimes trying on something different is just what you need to bring up your fashion game to the next level. Tip number 3, take your time. Despite the size of the store, there's always quite the selection of clothing to scan through. Make sure to relax and sift through the racks or bins at your own pace. This will maximize the probability of you finding something you actually like, plus you'll get to familiarize yourself with each location, making thrifting much easier. and quicker. Tip number 4, get to know your style. Pay attention to what fabrics, lengths, and colors you're drawn to. It'll allow you to scan the clothing on display and cut your searching time in half. You can even use apps like Pinterest to create a collection of your favorite looks, giving you items to use as inspiration for the next time you go thrifting. Tip number 5, have fun. Clothing is as unique as you are, so make sure to present yourself the way you want. Plus, the inexpensive cost of each item makes it much easier for you to take it home and experiment. Fashion is supposed to be expressive and enjoyable, so don't take yourself too seriously. Alright, last thing. Make sure you're donating your clothing in order to give back. After all, thrifting is necessary for those that can't afford to shop at a regular retail store, so respect this and make sure you're giving back just as much, if not more, than you take. Thrifting is a privilege, so don't abuse it. Alright, now with all this new knowledge, you're ready to go out there and hunt down your next fabric obsession. Happy thrifting!
What's up, Cypress Bay? I'm Mia Batista, and I'm gonna be baking a cake without my hands. Oh my god. I don't know if we could use this. Not the instructions, because why would I be using instructions for this? I can't even bake a cake without mince. So 2.5 teaspoons of baking powder. It's down there. This is gonna be a disaster. Ew! That. Okay. Oh! 1 cup. Sorry, guys. Oh, there's the paper. All the air bubbles. Now we wait. Should I do this part without gloves? I didn't even check if this is done. I think it's done. Oh, wow. What the it looks really dry. No. This looks like the poop emoji.
Hope you enjoyed this segment. I'm Mia Batista, CBTV.
Cypress Bay offers a great platform for students to display their talents in a creative way.
Here's a special showcase on last week's art festival.
This is our annual art festival. It's a unique event because it gives students an opportunity to share their own work, their personal work. And many of them make stickers and prints. We have jewelry, all kinds of things. So it's an art market where they can promote their artwork and share their talents.
I think it's amazing. Like, I've never thought about like a way of doing this kind of stuff. I never thought this was a thing. And I was just actually excited to be here and see everyone's work because I have a bunch of friends that are also doing it. So I just wanted to see what they were doing. It's a thing that I normally don't see them show off their work, and right now just seeing them like promoting it and being able to like, oh yeah, here's this thing and here's this other thing, and even together, other people helping them promote it, and it's just amazing.
It's very rewarding. You know, in the beginning it always seems like a lot of work and are we gonna pull it together? But they always come together and do an amazing job, and then just to see, you know, everybody enjoying it, like that's the best part of the job.
I think it's just amazing. Like I was never in a school that had such an opportunity, like for artists specifically. I don't know, it's always like those courses that they don't think of that much, like art, oh okay, they focus on the other ones. But like be able to have a full-on like fest like this for just artists is just amazing.
Have you ever been cooking something that you just don't quite know about and have asked yourself, why am I doing this and how does it work? Well, I'm Tyler Buxtell, and I hope I can answer those questions today on this episode of Behind the Cuisine. To start off, baking powder. Sitting in your mom's baking cabinet is actually just baking soda, but mixed with a powdered acidic agent. When these two ingredients in baking powder are mixed with liquids, they produce carbon dioxide gas. This gas is why baking powder is used, as it expands to fluff up and bake breads and cakes. Next up, flambe, which is more than just a word you use to impress your partner. It requires a drink with at least 40% alcohol, like rum or brandy, in order to ignite. You mix the beverage in a stainless steel pan with whatever food or sauce you're cooking. Once the dish is heated, a long lighter is used to create a flashy flame, with the alcohol as a fast-burning fuel. Lastly, caramelization. The sweetest treats truly are the simplest. Caramelization occurs when sugar molecules break down under low heat. These molecules melt together and, with the addition of oxygen from the heat, gain caramel's signature amber color. Caramelization is used to add a sweetened flavor to fruits and vegetables, as well as just making caramel. Now I know what you're wondering. What do I do with all this information? Well, with your newfound cooking knowledge, you could do something like make a chocolate cake topped with flambéed bananas and caramel. I'm Tyler Buxtell, and thanks for learning with me today on Behind the Cuisine.
Hey Alex, you're a righty, correct?
Yeah.
Have you ever tried to write with your other hand?
Yeah, it's like impossible.
Well, Alessia went around and asked our Cypress Bay students to draw with their non-dominant hand.
We've all doodled a few times when we get bored or distracted in class, but today we're going to be putting your artistry skills to the test with a special twist. I'm going to give you a random word from a random noun generator, and then you're going to have to draw it, but with your non-dominant hand.
Okay, left hand.
Okay. Your random noun is collection, competition, reflection.
I'm gonna do it like, in my room. So I'm just gonna draw, I don't know if you guys can understand what this is.
No.
Okay, maybe not.
Competition, okay. Anything that reminds you of competition.
A duel maybe? Like a sword?
A sword?
Wait, why is this so good?
Charity.
Charity?
Yeah, no.
Okay, we're gonna make one of those machine refrigerators. Lemonade stand.
Girl, that is not charity. Word is poet.
A poet.
Yeah.
This is my Legos, because I'm a nerd, obviously.
Armor. Okay, and he smokes a little bit too. A little bit of wine.
He's smoking and drinking.
Yeah, he's be blood, and it's like a battle.
Where's the blood, girl? It's blue.
I think I did amazing. This could go in a museum.
Pretty bad. I tried my best though.
I think I did amazing. I should be in art club. Terrible, absolutely terrible. Don't do this. Don't post this. Don't put this anywhere. Please.
You know what? I think you guys could pass for a Picasso. Maybe. Alessia Levian, CB TV.
Well, that's all for this week's episode of Aftershock.
If you want to watch previous episodes, check out our YouTube at Cypress Bay CBTV and follow all of our social medias. I'm Alex Lamb.
And I'm Nicole Borman. Thanks for watching.